All right, hey, what's going on, listeners? Okay, so grounding is really giving me a different experience in my life. And I think, and I finally am putting into practice when somebody said to me, you have a lot of heavenly knowledge, but you're no earthly good. And I heard that from a Capricorn. And I never took that personally, but like she was attacking me. But as I ground myself almost every day, I realize you can know all the knowledge in the world, but until you ground your feet, you put your feet on the ground, and I'm thinking about even getting a earthly mat, so when a grounding mat, so when uh, a grounding mat, so when it's cold outside, I, like winter time, um, I can ground myself. Or when I don't feel like going outside, I can. Uh, when I don't feel like going outside, um, when I don't feel like going outside, I can, I can ground myself, right? Um, and I'm learning that that's super important because when you don't ground yourself, you feel, and here's, I'm gonna be transparent, right? You feel one, very emotional. Two, when I say very emotional, we all experience emotions, you feel me? But here's what I mean by very emotional. You feel all over the place all of the time. Like in other words, you're controlled by the movement of your emotions. And what that means is if you had a sad thought or feeling, then you feel sad. You automatically dump into that. If you feel uh if you feel um if a negative thought comes your way, then you instantly hop on the train. And I say that coming that from Joel Osteen. He said thoughts and emotions are like trains. They come and they go, right? And you have to choose whether to hop onto that or not. And the crazy thing about that is that the crazy thing about that is that's true. And when you're more grounded, you'll watch the train pass you by and you say, I don't want to hop on that train, especially if you already know what that feels like. So instead of saying, yeah, I'm going to go hop on that train and, um, you're going to be like all sad and shit, you just watch it pass by. Like, for instance, porn, right? Where I used to not watch porn heavily, but I had a bad habit of it. I feel my hunger going down for it because I'm more grounded. So I don't feel the urge to escape my emotions or my escape and do things that I know is gonna lower my frequency because I know because I'm more grounded now. Does that mean? And the crazy part about it is that, like for instance, I was looking into I think it's called neuro neuro massages. Basically, you get a massage naked, and y'all are rubbing body to body. Like she's rubbing her body on you naked. And I was like, and then X videos came up, and I saw the site. I looked at it, and a lot of it went from Nuru to full blown having sex. So I know that that's not the way it goes. Um, and I was like, if it goes that way, it goes that way. But what I from the reviews that I've seen, it's not, and from what I learned from, even if I asked my massage uh, roommate across the hall from me, it's not supposed to go from sex from massaging to sex, because you're not getting paid enough for that. You're only getting paid 100 an hour. Two, um, two, uh, two, uh, I wouldn't be paying extra. You know what I'm saying? Um, and I mean, I probably would, but I probably wouldn't pay for that, right? To be honest with you. So I saw it, and it didn't arouse me. And when the thoughts, and that's the crazy part. It didn't arouse me. I didn't. I didn't. I when the thought came up, I just turned it off. And that's the first time that's ever happened. Well, I've had my situations where I just see it and turn it off, but it's the first time I even clicked a video and let it play. Nothing. Because I was like, nah, I'm good. I don't need to be watching this. And I was like, no. And I said, I just don't want to. Right? And I was like, wow. Like that's how you know I'm getting energetically stronger, because I just don't want to. I'm good. I'm good on that right now. So I just gotta work on my other chakras. So if something happens to me emotionally, um, I don't fold, and I guess that would be more of my sacral chakra. I don't fold to the fact that, oh, it's not going my way and all this bullshit. So I'm gonna get emotionally depressed and all this other stuff, because whatever. You feel me? Um, and it's an interesting perspective. It's an interesting way of doing things. It's an interesting way of feeling when you really feel grounded. When you really feel grounded, I'll put it like this. You don't let your urges control you when you feel grounded. Does that make sense? So when you feel grounded, and um, here's my thing about, uh, what I'm learning about being more grounded. Like, for instance, my Chiron is in Virgo in the second house, two earth signs, right? So, um, so I'm learning I'm okay with planning more. I become more comfortable with planning the more grounded I am. The more grounded I am in the earth, the more I'm okay with saying I'm gonna go plan this out and follow my plan, because I'm more grounded. When I'm not grounded, I feel like I have to go take action more than I plan. And there's such a power in rooting yourself, and um and when you become rooted, it's just a different experience. Um, it's just a different experience. It's a different experience. It's a different understanding. It's a different type of wisdom. It's a different type of explanation. Here's another thing about grounding yourself, that's really powerful. When you ground yourself, you are easy. It's easier for you to set boundaries. When you ground yourself every day, it will start to become natural to you to set boundaries and to say no. I'll give you an example. When my friend, excuse me, not my friend, she's not my friend. When my roommate asked me to I think she was subliminally asking. She said, I need a honey jar," and I said, "Did you Google it?" And then I reflected later, and I said, "Whoa!" I instantly said no. And usually I would say, "Hey, oh, do this and do that and do this and do that." And then later in the day, she came and she said she went to go ask somebody else. She probably paid them. And she ground yourself. And I don't see her doing the work, but that's not my business. Um, right? And when you're more grounded, you are more adept to mind your own business. Let me repeat that again. When you are more grounded, and some people, I don't know if there's such thing as too grounded, right? Or no, there probably is being overactive in your root chakra. But in the balanced root chakra, you tend to mind the business that pays you a lot more. No cap. Because your root chakra, in my studies, is ruled by Capricorn. So Capricorn, they tend to be more stoic. So like my moon in Capricorn, I'm a very stoic person. So people think I'm rude sometimes because I won't involve myself. And that's really me being grounded and minding my goddamn business. So your root chakra can make you more stoic, in a sense, depending on your moon, depending on your moon sign as well. So you won't feel no need to jump and say, "Oh, I can help you." No, that ain't paying me. No, I'm gonna do that. No, that ain't doing nothing for me. Like, I'll give you an example. I could have brought my package, my roommate's package to her room and say, "Hey, your package is here." But I know she wouldn't do that for me. So I put it like a person who lives here. I put it in the inside, and the only reason why I said something is because I went to her room to give her a headscarf that was on the floor, and I wanted to be more stoic and practical and grounded, and just put it by her door and go by there. But when you're being grounded, when you're really grounded, you don't you don't feel the need to reach out in any way because it ain't your business. You put it where who it belongs to, and when they see it, they see it. And that, some people will call that petty, but it's like, that's not my business to go tell her, that's not my business. So um when you're more grounded, you really don't want to be included in stuff that has nothing to do with you. Nothing. If it don't benefit you, it don't include you, you be like, that's nice. So what? Last but not least, to become obsessive in your North Node, you have to be really grounded. I'm learning that. Because the root of obsession, and some people say that's a bad thing, I don't. The root of obsession is power. So you can't draw any, no, okay, let me say how you can't. You can draw power from the Most High, but it's hard for you to move in it if you're not grounded. And when you want to obsessively, and they also say to be more, have better mental concentration, is ruled by the root chakra. I think when people say, here's why I think ADD is a scam. Because outside of your own lack of training of your focus, right? When you wear shoes all day, they unground you. But you realize when you become more grounded, when you become more grounded, You don't want to do that anymore. You tend to remember more. When your root chakra is open, you tend to remember more. You tend to stay on task. You tend to be more focused because you're grounded. So focus is usually, or even concentration, is usually a step-by-step process in understanding of wisdom, right? You're more okay with that when you're grounded. But when you're ungrounded, like I said, you're emotionally scattered and you're mentally all over the place. So I think a lot of people suffer from quote unquote ADD because they're not grounded. Comment yes below for your consultation below. Comment yes below for your consultation below. Peace.